everyone, and welcome. My name is Ginnye Cubel, and I am the Executive Director for Florida Writers Association. This year, FWA is celebrating its 25th anniversary, which is amazing, especially for a nonprofit organization. And we're doubly fortunate as an organization to have one of our founding members, Vicki M. Taylor, here and part of our organization still. She was here as a founder and continues to be a part of our membership and is here to tell us a little bit more about the story of FWA. Vicki, I'll kick it over to you. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, Jenny. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm Vicki M. Taylor, and I was one of the founding members back in May of 2001. Um, we had a dream, a tiny dream that blew up.
I was going to say, I think you're being very modest. Yeah, it's a pretty big dream in a good way.
We had a little dream that blew up into a big dream. And and we were so excited to see it grow. And now, 25 years later, I can not imagine the best of the best running FWA.
Thanks. And I was about to say, I think FWA is so fortunate that, the motto writers helping writers is really, really true. It's not just something that gets said in this organization. We're so fortunate to have volunteers and board of directors and other people in our extended network who come together to really help uplift other writers and help make this organization great.
You're right. When we came up with Writers Helping Writers, that's that was the motto that we wanted to instill in every person who joined FWA because we
Yeah.
knew that FWA wasn't going to be able to grow without volunteers.
Yeah. And I'm wondering too, what were the early days like? What was the writing community in Florida like in 2001? Were there a lot of writers around who were wanting to be part of something like this? And did they have something like this?
We started out with six and we grew to 29 really fast. And then by um our first, let's say, our first conference, we had
Oh,
less than 100,
still,
which
that's
was the next year, 2002. We had our
wow.
first conference the very next year,
Wow.
and we got 79 members, um,
Wow.
79 people who attended, and the volunteers just kept coming in. People were so excited to have a writers organization in the state of Florida. You know, they say that writing is a solitary sport,
Mhm.
and we are lonely writers. But in a way, that's true. But we love to be social. And to be social, we have to find each other. So that's what we did. we started putting out feelers and creating these what we called first in the beginning palm groups, which we call now writers groups. And we put out palm groups, and people were attracted to them because there was no place else in Florida for writers to accumulate and share knowledge.
Yeah. Mm. I think that's still such an important part of the organization too, because we hear from a number of members who find us on the web or have heard about us, and it's because they're looking for that community. And
Yeah,
they come to us saying, I just want to find other writers in my area. I want to be part of a writing group. I didn't know where to start, and I found you, and this is where I'm starting.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. And we ran everything. There was six of us doing everything, including bottle washers.
Wow.
I gave
Yeah.
my 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 positions were president, literary magazine editor, palm group leader, regional group leader, and chief bottle washer.
So you wore a lot of hats, it sounds like.
We all wore a lot of hats. We had to.
Yeah, 'cause you said it was kind of a core group of six people at
Mhm,
first, right? Running an entire organization, really.
mhm. And we attracted more volunteers. We got people to be regional directors to handle the large city group areas,
Yeah.
and they managed then the writers groups within
Thing.
their regional areas. So we didn't have So we had a buffer there, so nothing was reporting directly to the president. So then we had a regional buffer there,
Yeah.
which
Wait, say
made
that.
it, which made it a lot easier.
Wait, say that's a really nice structure too to kind of keep it local and keep it regional.
But we
Because
were the writers group and the regional and the president.
yeah, you're like it all, yeah, kind of stacked
All
together
the
nicely.
hats run on top of you.
Yeah, you're like that's a lot. Yeah, I would say you're at literally all three levels yourself.
But um, it we attracted so many people that positions got filled easily.
Yeah,
And, people were volunteering to do this and that and take over treasurer and the conference committee and you know and um there was a business plan put together which really helped root the organization.
yeah. Wow. Did when you and your co-founders, got together at the kitchen table to begin FWA, was that the ultimate vision that you would, become a formal organization with a business plan and a 501(c)(6) structure, or was it we were just trying to fulfill a need and that's where
No,
we evolved?
that was the future plan.
Yeah. Wow.
We wanted it to grow, and we had this idea, and we had the Florida Writers Foundation idea, and we had uh, youth, Florida youth, and we had
Yeah.
the Royal Palm Literary Awards idea.
Uh-huh.
And they just all in the magazine, it we had all of those ideas. I mean, you should
Oh,
have seen us for when we were first putting the magazine together. We did it on the floor of my living room. Pieces everywhere,
yeah.
people
Oh my gosh.
everywhere,
Yeah.
staplers, collators, labels.
Yeah. That the like camaraderie I'm imagining in that sounds so like exciting and fulfilling too. Like everyone's there working together towards a common goal to help other writers. And like you said, everyone has to wear many hats and roll up their sleeves and staple things and put them in envelopes. And it
Yes,
sounds like a really fun energy to be a part of.
it was. It was. I mean,
Yeah.
there was no time for anything else. I had to put my writing on hold.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. That's something I see commonly with our board members as well, is a lot of them get very involved in their role in the best way because they're doing so many amazing things in that work, but they have to sometimes put aside their own writing and writing careers to make that happen. And it can become a lot for sure.
Yeah, it did. It became a
Yeah.
lot. And and then there was a time when I was president and I had to step down and let Nova take over.
If you're open to talking about it, what was that transition like? Did it feel
There,
hard to kind of step back in that way, or did it feel like a natural evolution of I'm ready to move on to my writing or my next thing?
I was ill.
Oh,
I
I'm very sorry to hear that.
was very ill. And they weren't sure what was going on with me. I
Oh,
was
wow.
having fainting spells and
Oh, wow.
spells. And come to find out, my electrolytes weren't properly elevated.
Oh, wow.
So I have a disorder called syndrome of inappropriate antidiuretic hormone, which I just call SIADH,
Okay.
which means I have to take electrolytes every day and I have to take salt tablets 3 times a day
Yeah. Oh my
just
gosh.
just to keep my electrolytes up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to hear that. That sounds like a really difficult period of life, probably to have to move
It
through that with the
took a long
diagnosis.
time
And
for them to diagnose it.
yeah, because I don't know much about it, but it's something I've never heard of. So it sounds like it might be fairly uncommon too, which can be really challenging.
It is, and it's hard to explain to people, and unless doctors know what the acronym stands for, it's hard to explain to other people. And then while I took that time off, I um, spent some time studying um, Maya Usi Reiki.
Oh, I'm not sure I'm familiar with that.
Um, I don't know if you're familiar with Reiki.
I don't believe so.
It's like a hands-on energy.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes. I've heard of it. I can't say I know a lot about it, but does it deal with chakras? I might be maybe
Yes.
mixing it. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm mixing it up with a different practice, but okay. Reiki with chakras.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting.
And I pursued that study and I got my degree in Reiki 1 and then in Reiki 2. and then in Reiki 3, and then a master, and then I did my shamanic ascension. So I became a shaman.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, it really grounded me and helped me deal with my illness because
Yeah,
I didn't know what my illness was doing to me.
yeah. Did it feel like it kind of like grounded you back into your body, maybe in a sense? And
Definitely.
yeah,
It helped ground me back into my body and center my body and go with the flow. And it was just literally go with the flow. Go with the flow with my energy and go with the flow with whatever the doctors were doing.
yeah. Well, you see, it sounds like such a difference from like the writing life in a sense, because that's so cerebral and so mental a lot
Hmm.
of the times. And I'm very guilty of it. You know, you get lost in your own thoughts and get lost in your head sometimes, and you forget to pay attention to your body and what your body is telling you and what you're feeling physically.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
but I eventually went back to writing. I
Yeah.
wrote many novels. I was a part of several anthologies. Um, and one of my one of my books won in the RPLA contest.
Oh,
Um,
congratulations.
and and um, then For Justice won first place in a RWA Charter
Oh,
Oaks.
wow. Congratulations.
And then Good Intentions won first place with the International Impact Book Awards. And then
Oh,
and then Shadow Man, my last book, which is a short story soul memoir, um, won first place um, with the International Impact Book Awards and also first place with Bookfest.
that's, that's been a really amazing, impressive list of not only books being published, but ones winning awards too. That's an
Yeah.
incredible achievement.
So, but after I wrote Shadow Man, so I was ill for 2 years before Shadow Man,
Oh, wow.
and I have gastroparesis,
Okay.
and I had a feeding tube, and come to find
Oh,
out, I was allergic to the feeding tube.
oh my gosh.
The doctors didn't know it, so I was getting infected more and more and more.
Yeah, just like perpetually unable to heal.
Right. And so I was in the hospital at the end of 2025 after having been in the
Yeah.
hospital 8 times that year,
Oh my gosh.
3 surgeries. And
Wow.
the doctor said, "We don't think she's going to make it to the end of 2025
Oh my gosh.
because of all the infection."
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. What a probably devastating thing that is to hear.
It was. And the infectious diseases doctor said, "I'm not giving up." She says, "I'm
Oh,
going to find out what's wrong with you." And she figured it out that I was allergic to the tube.
Wow.
actual tube that they had inserted into my
Y-
stomach to feed me.
Yeah.
And so once they removed it, once she applied all the antibiotics against the infection,
Yeah.
healed.
Wow.
And not just healed, I was healed.
Yeah, like really rebounded and
Yeah, I was like
oh,
back to what I was 2 years ago.
wow.
I mean, I had a
Yeah.
caregiver, I was in a wheelchair.
Oh,
They were thinking death.
yeah, the worst possible outcome.
And I walked out of that hospital at the end of 2025, right before Christmas. And I was able to fire my, let go my caregiver and
Yeah.
go with physical therapy and get stronger and
Oh,
finish
oh,
my book
yeah. Oh my gosh, Vicki, that's amazing. And on top of that, finish your book.
and finish my book.
That's so incredible. And I'm so happy you had a doctor who was there to like advocate for you and
Yes,
fight to figure out what was going on.
which is an important message to people.
Yeah.
Always advocate for yourself. Don't just let the doctor's word be the last word. Always
Yeah.
keep asking questions.
Yeah. And I think we could even apply that to life in general too. Be an advocate for yourself and believe in yourself and, fight for what's important to you because
Yes.
you'll eventually get to a place where you can make it work and you can achieve your goals and you can be the person that you want to be.
And I officially resigned from writing June
Well,
25th, 2025.
wow, because the illness had kind of really taken over and the
Mhm.
infections had.
And I had finished my book, published it. It's Shadow Man, Unbroken, Fictional Chronicles of a Warrior Resilience. It's a soul memoir in short story form. It's inspirational, it's faith based, it's truly inspiring. It's about me and my life.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And that was the baby that needed to be the last one.
Yeah. What does that feel like? Acknowledging, this is the story that I needed to complete and now it's completed and I have closed maybe this chapter.
I have felt so much peace. That
Um,
that story is out
um,
and it's getting rave reviews. It's getting a lot more on Goodreads than it is on Amazon. It's got a ton of reviews on Goodreads.
That's great.
The fact that it also coincided with my retirement has made me very happy that I don't have to deal with marketers or designers.
I was
For
about to
any of
say,
those people.
yeah. Well, I would say sometimes that's nice as an artist too, right? When you're like, I'm just here for the art of it now, and I don't have to deal with the marketing, and I don't have to deal with the book sales, and I'm just here to enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Just let the royalties come in
Yeah.
and and I'll take them as they come, and you guys go find somebody else to fry.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, I'm good where I'm at now. I'm happy with everything.
hmm
I love
So
that.
really hoping to get the word out that this this fish isn't biting anymore.
Yeah. I was going to say sometimes that makes, well, I think it sounds like you bring such a personal aspect to your writing too. And I think people are really gravitating to that and really interested in that. I think similar to the way that writers want to find other writers is that people just want to find other people to connect with and share a connection with. And writing is an excellent way for us to do that. And I think that's sounds like something that you're able to give writers is some connection and some lived experiences that they may see reflected in their own journeys.
Oh, absolutely. Writers will not turn them away.
Yes, exactly. And just out of curiosity, too, has the writers groups or FWA, has that helped shaped who you are as a writer? Or do you feel like FWA was more about you giving back to the writing community?
No, FWA has definitely had a huge impact on my writing life because one, leading the writing groups, um, I had to stand up there every week or every month and talk about writing. So I had to study my subject, make notes, handouts, um, be prepared for questions.
Yeah. And there's always a curveball question where you're like,
There's
oh,
always, there's
I didn't study for
always
that
someone.
one.
And I don't know if you know this, but for a while we broke off writers groups into critique groups.
I know we have some, it does seem like we have kind of two types of groups now. We have kind of more the speaker-based ones where speakers come in and provide educational resources. And then we have the critique groups who are swapping pages and giving feedback on members' writing.
Yeah, we started that. Um,
Yeah,
Actually, I started the first critique group.
that's awesome. You're a lady of first. One of the first founders of FWA, first critique group member. That's
And
amazing.
we had so much fun reading each other's stuff and
Yeah.
learning not only about critiquing and critiquing ourselves, but critiquing others,
Mhm.
which helped us more in our writing.
Ah, and I think that's a really important aspect of the writers groups too. Building community is absolutely important, but the ability to have other people be a sounding board for you or to help you see your blind spots or to see the blind spots in other people's writing and apply it to your own writing is such a great way to, develop as a writer.
Absolutely. And that was such a turning point for us when we started critiquing. I had two authors go on to publish books out of my critique class. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah. I was about to say that sounds like such a fulfilling moment too, to know that you were part of their journey and now they've gone on to, publish and accomplish something they were interested in. Like that sounds really fulfilling.
Because, I mean, it feels really good, especially when they say it all started back in Vicky's Etsy group.
Yeah. Yeah. To be you were part of their origin story in a way, their origin story of writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there, I'm wondering, is there any moment from the writers group or your time at FWA that really has like stuck with you? Was there like a moment, or a writer that you met where, um, they just really stuck with you and, is a good memory for you about the time with the writers groups or FWA?
The best volunteer in the world at FWA was Kay Coppersmith.
Mm, yeah. I didn't have the pleasure of knowing Kay, but I know of her.
She was the best volunteer ever. If you needed
Wow.
something done, she was there.
Oh, oh,
She was absolutely the best. And she did it with the biggest smile.
yeah. Oh,
And she was happy all the time. And I
I see.
miss her very much.
Oh, I see. She sounds like she had just such generosity of spirit, and that's infectious too. And it's what has made FWA a great place to be. I think we hear from members all the time that, the people here are just so kind and friendly and generous and gracious. And it's really a place for people to come and feel comfortable and find lifelong friends.
She epitomized writers helping writers.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And I mean, that's how we all make our way through the world is we help each other and uplift each other. And sometimes you need help and sometimes someone else needs help. And we do it together and create amazing things.
Hmm. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
you're
Is
welcome.
uh, I'm curious too, when you look at FWA today, is there anything that surprises you about it or anything that has remained unchanged where you're like, oh, it was still like that, when we first started out?
I can't believe the collections are still going.
Yeah, still going strong too. We're very proud of our collection chair, Paul Isiavelli, who has really elevated the collection look and feel to the point where it's now being accepted at libraries and is registered with the Library of Congress. It's
That is,
really, yeah, it's really become an anthology of prestige.
hmm, that's great. I can't remember which edition it was, but it was an early edition. I was asked to write the foreword.
Oh, wonderful.
One of the collections. So that was kind of neat.
Yeah, I see that's kind of fun too. And you get to be a part of that
Hmm.
collection and be a part of that work of stories.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. And so I can't believe that the collections are still going and
yeah.
the topics you choose are just amazing.
I say that's all Paul again. He does a really fantastic job with them.
But those topics are just amazing, and to get so many different kinds of prose out of it.
Yeah. And he's even over the years too expanded, and the collection accepts poetry and it accepts flash fiction and it accepts works from youth members too. We have a number of youth members who also submit to the collection, which is kind of
Which is new.
really wonderful and encouraging to see.
Yeah, that's new. I didn't know that youth members submitted.
Yeah, I don't know exactly when that started. I know it's been a part of the collection for the last two. So 16 and 17 accepted youth submissions, and then this year's anthology 18 is also accepting youth submissions. But yeah, I think it's just such a wonderful way for young writers to be part of the community too, because they're our future and they're the next generation of writers, and it's exciting to see them interested and involved while they're young.
And that's what our idea was when getting the youth writers was starting them young, getting them to like writing and to learn to write properly.
Yeah. And I think similar to adult writers too, young writers don't always have a lot of opportunity to join groups with peers who are also interested in writing or don't have organizations they can belong to that support young writers.
That's
So
right.
I think this also gives them a place to go and to find their community and find, ways to improve their writing for where they're at in their journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really wonderful. Um, but yeah, would have maybe just a few more questions for you. Speaking of like community, I was wondering, do you think there's anything distinct or interesting about the community of Florida writers? Is there anything about writers from Florida that is different from maybe other areas of the country or even the world?
You mean Florida Writers Association versus any other writers association?
Well, maybe even a little bit more broader. Maybe, is there anything you think is interesting or distinct about a writer from Florida?
A writer
Um,
in Florida.
yeah, whether they're part of FWA or another organization, but somebody who is a writer living in Florida or from Florida or writes
Well,
about
we
Florida.
know Florida is known for the quirky writer.
That's true.
Come
I
on,
like that.
there's
Yeah.
Piers Anthony, there was Tim
Yeah.
Dorsey, the, there was White, um, can't remember his first name. Um, but you know, when you live in Florida and you write about Florida, there's just this thing about Florida.
Yeah. It, it, exactly. I don't know if it's where, shaped and influenced by, the landscape, the lushness of it, the hurricane season, if it's just something about the state where it's, filled with so many interesting and diverse voices. You have people migrating here as snowbirds, or just wanting to get away from larger cities, or people coming for the beaches, or people coming from other countries. It's just such a interesting place to live. And I think it gets discounted sometimes as a literary location. I think
Well,
people always think,
Hemingway was here, so he he helped with the literary part of it.
and there's so many great literary figures from here too. I mean, we have Zora Neale Hurston and Jack Kerouac spent some time in Orlando, and Judy Blume is here, and Richard Blanco, and we have so many interesting writers here. And I don't think people always realize that when they think Florida. I think,
King, is
yeah,
here,
yeah,
and he lends his own taste to the writing community.
yeah. Yes, exactly.
So, yeah, but that's what's so great about Florida. It's so diverse.
Yeah. It it really is. There's so much here and so much opportunity, and it, is one of the reasons I'm proud to be a Florida writer is, there's so much literary talent here and so many great people creating great works of art. It's exciting to, be part of that community.
Yeah, all my books are located here in Florida.
Yeah.
They're written as locations here in Florida. So, I mean, you can't pick a better place for a setting than
True.
Florida.
That's true. You have a variety of kind of a variety of just like landscape to choose from. Everything from the oceans to the forests to the swamps to the cities. You've got your pick.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Maybe last question I have for you is, you know, Florida Writers Association is celebrating 25 years. What would you hope to see in the next 25 years that this organization becomes?
Oh, just bigger and better than what it is.
Always continuing to grow and serve more writers and reach more writers and help more writers.
Absolutely. To be still here.
Yeah, I say that alone is an amazing achievement when we live in an age where things, come and go and evolve very rapidly. Being able to be a pillar in the literary community in the next 25 years, it would be amazing and something I think myself and everyone here wants to see happen because I
Oh,
think writers need a place to go.
and I think that if the board and has a plan and you know they have their 10-year plan and they have their 20-year plan, you know, just follow through. And
Uh,
you'll be,
it's
and before you know it, you'll be celebrating your 50th anniversary.
Yeah, yes, I would say it feels really fun to imagine that to make it to that milestone anniversary and know that this organization has been here for writers all that time and think about all of the writers that the organization has helped and influenced and, impacted the trajectory of their writing and their career. And that feels really powerful and wonderful and something we need in the world. The world needs more writers and more
It
people bringing
does.
their stories and their empathy.
And more states need more writers associations.
That's true. I never necessarily realized it until I became involved with FWA, but there are a lot of states who don't have kind of a statewide writing association or organization to rally around. Yeah.
And and if you look at the membership, you see that they come to Florida writers.
We do. We about 5% of our membership is located out of state.
Yeah,
Some sometimes it's adjacent states, Alabama and Georgia, the Carolinas. Sometimes it's Montana and Michigan and Nevada. It's, you
writers are
know,
seeking out other writers.
ah, it really is, I think, so important to have a place for people to gather, even though
Mhm.
we don't necessarily have a physical office or a physical location. I think just having an organization where people can gather and have the opportunity to meet other people is so important.
Right, and you keep an excellent web presence.
Yes, that would actually be our current president, Marianne DeStefano, who wears many, many hats as well. And one of them is webmaster and maintaining the website. But she does a fantastic job of it. And I think it's how people, I truly believe it's how people find us is they Google writing groups in Florida, and Florida Writers Association is one of the top three in that search.
That's right. FloridaWriters.net has been FloridaWriters.net since day one.
Yeah, yeah. I see, and it's such I guess this is maybe the marketing nerd in me too, but I have to compliment you and the other founders for the name Florida Writers Association because it's just so powerful and so evocative. And you see it and you know immediately what this organization is about. And I think that helps draw people to the organization as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. But,
Well,
well,
who knew what six people were thinking back then, but we had it figured out.
yeah. Well, I said you did a fantastic job. The name is honestly it's perfect and it's going to last for the next 25 years and hopefully the next 25 after that and the next 25 after that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, well, Izzy, I'll go ahead and kind of wrap us up, but is there anything you wanted to share or say before we kind of sign off here?
I think you guys are doing an excellent job, and I am so proud of what
Um,
you've accomplished. And it makes me so happy to see what we started with just six people and an idea, and to see it grow into something like this.
uh, well, thank you so much to you and the other founders for, giving us this opportunity and this foundation because if this organization were starting from scratch today, it would take a lot more time to get to the place where we could really help other writers and make an impact. So thank you for having the vision and the energy to make this happen and make this a great place for writers.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Vicki.